Tristan McKenzie has had his high on this day for a long time now. In fact, it was 10 weeks ago today that he made his final spring training start and suffered an injury, which eventually landed him on the 60-day injured list. This afternoon, he makes his triumphant return to the mound, hoping to pitch the Guardians to a series split against first-place Minnesota here at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Andre Knott will join us shortly with more on Tristan McKenzie as he comes back, and that's a big storyline for today's game. But let's start, Rick, with the awakening Guardians offense. They're still last in baseball in home runs, but it was the long ball that bailed them out yesterday.
And it was a couple of players that don't hit many long balls that were right in the heat of the battle last night. Here you go with Will Brennan. He hits a curveball off Sonny Gray. The very first home run he's allowed this year for him, 67 innings. That gave him the one-run lead, and then Kwan comes up, hits a changeup on the inner part of the plate, hits it out of the ballpark after he throws two fastballs by him. He speeds up his bat. Kwan gets his second home run, and here you see on the road trip, they're starting to score more with 2 outs. The guys are starting to drive in some runs like they did last year. Hopefully that's going to continue today and bring it on home.
Yeah, that's our Northern Ohio Buick dealer stat, and they definitely had their hands full today. Sonny Gray, who they got yesterday as one of the best ERAs in the American League. Well, Joe Ryan's not far behind him. He's also among the league leaders in strikeouts. But the big story today is the return of Tristan McKenzie, and Andre Knott joins us with more on that coming up next. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care, proud sponsor of the Cleveland Guardians. And DHL Supply Chain, now hiring for a wide range of salaried, managerial, and operational roles. Apply today at joindhl.com. Be a scorcher today here in Minneapolis. Game time temperature will be close to 90. We might go over 90 degrees before it's all said and done here today. And maybe that's just perfect for one Tristan McKenzie, who makes his return for the Guardians here today. Welcome back, Matt Underwood, alongside Rick Manning. What are you looking for? What's the most important thing you'll be watching today where Tristan McKenzie is concerned?
I'm just happy he's back and getting a chance to start. We know he's got the good fastball, good curveball. So I want to see if he can locate his fastball primarily and then go to his breaking pitch and that curveball and put him away.
Andre Knott joins us now. Andre, you caught up with Dr. Sticks. How's he feeling going into this one today?
He feels great, but I think the one thing Tristan has gone through, and we've heard Arch talk about this throughout many seasons, you can be on the team, but when you're not playing, you're not completely on the team. And Tristan has become one of those guys, one of those voices in the dugout that this team needs. We found that out through the first 50, 55 games of the season. But he's happy that he's in uniform on the field and he can help physically, not just with his voice.
The clubhouse atmosphere is so unique, especially when you're in a baseball clubhouse that's dedicated to winning, and we have a tight-knit group of guys. So missing out on that, it's tough for me, and I'm just glad to be back and be a part of it.
I know you've been around the guys, and I know you've been missed when you haven't been around the guys. And I know starting pitchers are different than everybody else, but how much better does it feel where you feel like you can actually help the team win with your performance, not just by being a good teammate?
I mean, I think it's definitely better for my mind state, and I think the team's mind state, knowing that as much as I'm there on the sidelines, I can actually put forward some effort and try and help them win on the field as well.
Arch, I would look for about 90 to 95 pitches possibly for him. Matt, as you said, it is hot, scorching hot, probably the hottest day we've had this year, which is probably a good thing for the Guardians since the Twins really don't have a bench today.
Yeah, they're beat up, they're hurt, they're injured, they're sick. They've got a wide array of maladies in that other dugout.
Well, that's their problem. Tristan's got to go out and try and get a W.
He's been like a caged lion. Looking forward to this date. Unleash the beast. It's the Guardians and the Twins, and the first pitch is coming up next. It's a sunny Sunday afternoon at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, where these two teams will wrap up this 4-game series. The Guardians are hoping for a win. That will leave them no worse than when they arrived in Minneapolis. A loss, of course, would set them back and give the Twins a little bit more of a cushion in the American League Central Division. The odd thing is we've become so used to the divisional matchups over the years. These two teams won't meet again until August, and they'll match up twice in the span of 10 days.
Yeah, end of August is when we'll be here next. So it would be very important if we can get this win today. go 2-2 in this series and head home. And let's look at Joe Ryan. He will be the starting pitcher for Minnesota, 26-year-old. He's having a fine year, 7-2, and he's brought to you by Chevrolet. But the Indians did give him, their Guardians, I should say, gave him the loss back in Cleveland on May 7th, where he went 6 innings, 8 hits and 2 runs. They shut him out. It was a 2-0 ball game, and a very good one at that. But he's pitched very well. He started 4 games at home. He is 4-0 at home.
Take a look at the starting lineup. Brought to you by Progressive. For Terry Francona today, it looks like this. Stephen Kwan leads it off. Tyler Freeman, he's at shortstop, in for Ahmed Rosario. Jose Ramirez at third base, batting third. Josh Naylor will DH and hit cleanup. Andres Jimenez will bat fifth. Gabriel Arias gets to start at first base, batting sixth. Will Brennan in right field. At seventh. Miles Straw is eighth, and Cam Gallagher will catch today and bat ninth.
Defensively for the Twins, brought to you by Rally House. The defense looks like this. Garlick is in left field. Taylor in center. Kepler over in right. On the infield at third base, it's going to be Castro. Farmers at short. Polanco at second. Solano is at first, and Jeffers behind the plate.
Will Little will call the balls and strikes. Ryan Addington is at first base. Dan Brazil at second, and the crew chief, Lance Barksdale, right there, down at third. Joe Ryan and the Minnesota Twins open up play today, 31-28. They're 3.5 games in front of Detroit. And then Cleveland, 4.5 back, currently in third place in the AL Central. 6 games below the 500 mark. It's the rubber match for now, in that these two teams have split 6 games so far on the year. But in terms of the series, Cleveland is hoping to split these 4.
Be ready with Joe Ryan's fastball. That's his pitch that he goes to the most.
And a fastball strike gets us underway. Stephen Kwan, 4 for 14 in the series, including that home run yesterday. Another fastball, almost the exact same location, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, he can throw some low darts, and then later on, or maybe the second time through that lineup, he'll maybe go to that splitter. It comes out at the same arm angle. Can be a tough pitch.
Tied him up, got a piece of it, and stays alive. Game time temperature officially 85 degrees. The 0-2 fouled right back to the screen. $85 degrees, but with the humidity, this is one of those days. Remember in old Busch Stadium in St. Louis, or down a Riverfront in Cincinnati, they'd have the on-field temperature. The 0-2 misses off the plate. Thankfully, it's natural turf and not AstroTurf, because those fields were like,
well, you can see the
pan.
heat just yeah, it sure was. It was.
Kwan fights it off, pops it in the air. Castro, the third baseman, in the foul ground. 1 away. Storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. If they can split the series, they'll win the road trip. And of course, Tristan McKenzie making his season debut after spending 10 weeks sidelined with the strain of the teres major muscle. Here is Tyler Freeman. Ahmed Rosario out of the lineup with a knee. I don't want to call it an injury, but some discomfort, so trying to be cautious there. Freeman has done a really nice job, though, when he's had opportunities to play. Not the easiest thing for a young guy who doesn't have a wealth of experience under his belt, but for example, against right-handed
you know what,
pitching,
he's been fine. His swing is to the point where, you know, he's open, he's off the plate, he looks to take it the other way. It's not a big swing where he's trying to barrel everything up. He just puts the ball in play.
He's gone 6 for 17 against right-handed pitching. 2 of those hits in the series. And he struck him out. Came in tied for 8th in the American League. It's his 77th strikeout on the year. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. This is what Ryan featured back on May 7th.
Well, you can see the heavy four seam, 64%. Then he went to that splitter, you know, a lot of times, and that breaking ball will be his third pitch.
That splitter caught the outside corner. Jose Ramirez in a bit of a slump. Last 15 games, he has seen his batting average drop 20 points. Just 1 for 13 in the series. And this is a guy who normally feasts on Minnesota pitching.
Yeah, and fastballs. And you can tell that what makes Joe Ryan so tough, that arm angle's down a little bit, and that ball gets on you in a hurry. That's a fastball that he got by Jose, even though he fouled it off. His fastball plays as well as anybody's.
Back our way into the seats. He's been ahead of every hitter so far. He's coming out, filling up the strike zone.
It's a short armor, Arch. That's what we talked about when we saw him in Cleveland.
Right.
The hitters feel like that fastball stays up or even rises when it really doesn't.
Yeah, well, his fastball, I'll tell you, it plays as well as like Garrett Cole's, George Kirby of Seattle, you know, where it gets on you, and Zach Gallen. Those guys have the best fastball in the numbers in the majors.
Yeah.
So it is. It doesn't look like it's getting on you, but it is.
Well, it's not all about velocity. That's what you just said with those 4 guys.
15 pitches, 13 strikes.
And then that second time, I remember when he was back at Cleveland, that splitter played off it very well.
Matt, maybe this is the type of bat that Jose needs. A couple foul balls to kind of find his stroke.
Wow, it looked like he tripped in his delivery. Might have caught a spike when he was following through. Ramirez has fouled off 4 pitches in this at bat, but he's down 1-2. And he popped him up on the infield. The shortstop, Kyle Farmer, and a 1-2-3 first for Joe Ryan and the Twins. Triston McKenzie takes the mound for the first time this year when we come back.
McKenzie, he will be the Chevrolet starting pitcher for the Guardians this afternoon, and I know he's thrilled to death. You look at his numbers last year: 11-11, a 2.96 ERA, and he doesn't give up many hits. You know, he only 138 in 191 innings last year.
Rocco Baldelli starting lineup. Jorge Polanco leading it off. Royce Lewis, the DH, hits second. Donovan Solano is third. Max Kepler batting cleanup. Then Ryan Jeffers, followed by Kyle Farmer, Willie Castro, Kyle Garlick, and Michael Taylor. Rick alluded to the fact that the Twins bench is going to be a little short today,
to say the least.
Alex Kirilloff has been dealing with illness. Heck, Rocco Baldelli missed a game. He wasn't feeling so hot earlier in the series. Carlos Correa, he's got the plantar fasciitis that flared up. Byron Buxton was hit by a pitch in the opener. He's still out of the lineup. That leaves Christian Vasquez as the only healthy extra man, and he's the backup catcher. Triston McKenzie with a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. And a weak ground ball to second. Jimenez will throw him out.
Let's check out the Guardians defense today, brought to you by Rally House. Juan is in left, Straw in center, Brennan over in right. And on the infield, it'll be Ramirez at third, Freeman at short, Jimenez is at second, Arias at first, Cam Gallagher catching.
Royce Lewis. Swing and a miss. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Lewis, the former first overall pick in the 2017 draft. Came back recently after missing a full calendar year to reconstructive knee surgery. And in his last 5 games, he's gone 5 for 21 with 2 home runs. Lays off the high heat.
That's the one thing you're going to have to see as far as the location for Tristan not being back. You know, he had 3 starts down in the minor leagues and coming back, and location will be the last thing to come. You know, he may be trying to overthrow some pitches a little bit when you get into 2 strikes. It's going to take him a little while, but hopefully he'll get it rolling.
Well, he's been waiting for this moment for so long.
So he's fired up.
Understandable that he might have a little extra surge of adrenaline in the early going.
No question.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 down.
And there's another guy that throws the fastball. You look at the radar gun, and he gets fastballs by a lot of hitters, and always has. This is a Twins team. They like to go for the long ball, so they've got the, you know, they'll have that uppercut. So Tristan's high fastball may play a big role today. And then change that eye level with that breaking ball.
Solano went up there seeking the fastball, but he was fooled by the pitch. And this is a guy that's been swinging a really hot bat for Minnesota. Not a ton of power, but batting .370 in his last 16 games with 5 doubles. Late on the fastball, and it was just above the belt.
Perfect spot.
And he got him with a breaking ball. Dr. Sticks looks awfully sharp in his first inning of work.
The All-Star ballot is now open, and you can vote daily at MLB.com/vote to decide who represents your Guardians this summer.
Josh Naylor leads off the second inning. Man, has he been hot lately. Batting .373 in his last 17 games. With some power. He has 5 homers and has driven in 21 of his team high 40. Jammed him with a good
started
fastball.
him off changeup away, and then rushed that fastball in on him.
Chris Valaika said that right now, when he looks at Josh Naylor, he's kind of what he's talking to everybody else about. He hit into some bad luck in the first month of the season, and they kind of showed him some of the numbers and said, you keep hitting the ball hard, you're going to get paid off with it. Don't change your approach. Now, we've seen Josh. Sometimes he overswings, and sometimes swings out of the zone. But there's another one. But he said if he keeps doing what he's been asked to do and he stays with the plan that he has in April, he'll get what he got in May. Now they just need to cut out the strikeouts like we just saw there, and they'll have the player that they think Josh Naylor can be.
He's been the big bat for this club in the middle of the lineup. Andres Jimenez is starting to heat up. That's been a really good sign. He has 5 multi-hit efforts in his last 11 games.
Yeah, he's come alive on this road trip, no doubt, using the whole field, going the other way a lot, and seeing hits fall.
Shoot for the 6-hole.
Early on, though, Joe Ryan is just going right at hitters. He's thrown 23 pitches and 20 strikes.
Yeah, a ton of strikes, man. Like I said, you better be ready to hit his fastball early, because it's a low dart. And that's the key. When he can get ahead of you, He makes it awfully tough. This guy has had 18 career starts in the Central Division of the American League, and he's 12-1. The only team to beat him was us in his last start.
Wow, wow, wow.
The 1-2. Popped him up. Third baseman Willie Castro. 2 down. Well, that's a real key for Ryan. You can see here in the early going, if he can locate the low strike early and then raise the eye level, he's getting some weak pop-ups. Or swings and misses.
Yeah, that pitch upstairs is a little easier to see, but a lot tougher to get on top of. Where it's a little tougher to pick up that low hit tracer that he throws to get ahead of you.
Gabriel Arias has hit in 4 of his last 6 games. 4 for 9 in this series. Just paint on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Upstairs with that high fastball, and that's 3 strikeouts, 6 up, 6 down through 2. Leads off for Minnesota. Tristan McKenzie misses outside. Ball 1. And a high pop to center field. Miles Straw. 1 down. For the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, you can see Tristan off to a very good start. He had a feel for the curveball early. High fastballs that jump on the hitter. He's getting swings and misses. 2 strikeouts in the first. And that velo is up for him. Saw a couple of fastballs about 95. That's pretty high for him.
Ryan Jeffers looks at a high fastball and takes it for ball 1.
Matt, you mentioned the temperature today, and you got my mind moving. And I remember when we'd watch those old NFL games, and they'd have the turf and how hot the turf was.
Yeah.
I went to one of the guys that works in the crew with here, and he gave me his own thermometer. And right now we're at 99.9 on the field. Yeah. He said, yeah, you can keep that for a little while. You tell me how much hotter it gets.
Yeah, if you're not loose today, it won't take long.
No. And Arch, it's funny you mentioned the mile per hour for Tristan as he's looking down right now. He had a couple at 96, 97 down in the minors, and he said to me, he said, I'm not all about velo. He goes, I got to control it.
Right.
So if I can sit at 93, 92, I'm okay. He goes, but if I can reach back and know I have that, it's good to have, but I can't try to sit there.
Yeah, I've seen a couple upstairs where he really tried to cut loose, but he'll get a feel for it.
Dipped a little low, 2-2.
Finally get into the big league action between the lines, and it changes, man. You get fired up.
Chased the high fastball. And that's 3 strikeouts now for Tristan McKenzie. 2 down in the second. So a year ago, his fastball averaged just a tick under 93 miles an hour.
Okay, so that's where you want to be, right around 93. You can see the slider at 87, and then the curveball comes there just under 80 miles per hour. But as he said, he's smart. It's the location of it,
but
where you
doesn't
put
it
it.
stand a reason that, you know, after you get over 100 innings, your velo might dip a little bit?
Yeah.
You get a little tired. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to have the same zip every time out.
No, not when you're in the rotation once every 5 days. You're right. He had 191 innings. That was a career high for him last year. And, you know, you just got to find your comfort level and your comfort zone that you can go out there and do it you know, normally without trying to hump up every time.
Just a tad high. And it's 1-2 for Kyle Farmer.
And Arch, you just hit on the number that most impressed him last year, where he wants to be. And he won't be able to do it this year, but 191 innings.
Yeah.
He said he learned last year being available for all your starts is the most important thing to be as a starter.
Yeah, and you know, let's shoot for 6 innings or 7 innings every time out.
Razor sharp for Triston McKenzie. He and Joe Ryan locked in a doozy so far here today. Check out our Kia player profile as we go to the 3rd inning. Will Brennan, some kind of hot in the last 5 games. He's gone 10 for 19. But this is no recent fizzle or flash for Brennan. I mean, you go back over the last couple of weeks, he's been pretty steady. In his last 16 games, he's batted .347. Having a big series. The Baltimore series, he had some moments he'd just as soon forget, but that's the mark of a good young player, that he's able to put it behind him and just keep plowing forward.
He had that rough game defensively in Baltimore, you know, when Quantrill was pitching, a couple of balls got over his head. And you know what? You're right. You can't sulk about it. You got to get up and come right back. You leave that one, it's over. And he's played well since.
Arch, the pitchers appear to have the early advantage.
Yes.
Triston McKenzie and Joe Ryan have combined to strike out 7 of the first 12 batters in the game. Brennan bangs one on the ground to 3rd. Backhanded by Castro. His throw! Not in time. Will beats it out for an infield single.
Well, the positioning right there, he was way off 3rd base in the hole, and he chops one down the line. And Castro had to get there, and it was a backhand. He had to pick it up and take that extra crow hop to get the throw across, and he beats it out. Good hustle by Brennan. That'll go as a base knock. And I mean, just does beat it out.
So, leadoff man aboard for the Guardians as Miles Straw steps to the plate.
Yeah, you're going well. They seem to fall. Straw's 5 for 12 off of Joe Ryan.
There goes Brennan on the first pitch, and Straw fouls it back.
Tito playing a little hit and run right there. Not many times you have an opportunity to do that, but that's a good combo. He just fouled it off.
You mentioned Miles' numbers against Joe Ryan. He seems to like Minnesota in general. A .295 career average against the Twins. Now he's in the hole 0-2 after he shortened the bunt but pulled it back and took a pitch that looked like it was a pretty good one to bunt.
Yeah, I don't like him bunting in that situation. He's a guy that can shoot that hole over there on the right side. Early in the ball game, why not try in 1st and 3rd with nobody out? Don't give up and out. This guy's too tough of a pitcher.
Offense just off the corner.
What a great pitch, and that was a better take. That ball was about a ball width off the plate. Look at, he's sitting up top, and I mean, that's close.
Two and two the count. Outfield around toward right. And a second consecutive throw. You don't see many of those anymore with the new rules in place this year.
That's true. You do not. But here's a guy that throws the high fastball he has early in the first 2 innings to get him out. He could throw a high fastball if they think he's running also.
Fouled right back. For those who aren't maybe all that familiar with the new rules in baseball this year, Ryan has thrown over twice, so that means if he throws over again, he's either got to pick him off or Will Brennan will be awarded second base on a balk. That's per batter. So you get 2 disengagements per batter. And then if you're not successful with the third one, the runner automatically gets second base. If you pick him off, that's not the case, but runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down. He still got it. Looked like Jeffers had to hesitate and wait, and he still was able to throw out Brennan. 2 down.
Well, you watch, he's going to have to hold on to that. He couldn't get it out of the glove originally, but he still made a beautiful throw right on the first base side of the bag. And it's a nice play by Farmer to go get that ball and come back and able to take Brennan out. So it's a strike him out, throw him out.
Two down for Cam Gallagher. Gallagher brings a career .284 batting average against the Twins into today's game, I should say. The 1-1. A word now from Ford.
Did you know? Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks for 46 years in a row. See our Northeast Ohio Ford dealer today.
Joe Ryan now 80 strikeouts on the year, moves him into 7th place in the American League on the strikeout list. He is fan 4. Gallagher. Fly ball to right field. Kepler makes the catch. No runs a hit, nobody left. Middle of the third, no score.
1,500 fans will receive a Tristan McKenzie jersey courtesy of Sugardale. That'll take place on the 10th of June versus the Astros. Get there early for the $2 pregame in the district presented by Miller Lite. You can stay after the game for a fireworks show.
Willie Castro leads off the bottom of the third for Minnesota. 1 for 8 in the series. With all of the various injuries Minnesota has dealt with this year, Willie Castro has been a key component. Hitting .301 in his last 19 games with 4 doubles, 3 homers, and 7 runs knocked in.
He's a pretty nice fit there. If he plays outfield and play the infield, you know,
Put him
move
anywhere,
him wherever you want. He's a pretty good athlete.
He is, but isn't it amazing he stayed in the Central? Like he was started with us,
right?
Then Detroit, now here, and they're saying because they were familiar with him, that's why he's kind of fit in here perfectly with what they've needed this season.
Yeah, he sure has.
D. Gordon was the guy that really he took over for him after he got hurt.
Right. Well, you figure you're going to get some games played when you have Correa at shortstop. Yeah. He's been going to be missing time with his issues. Yeah. Buxton.
Blanco's been out. Buxton's been hurt.
Right.
Well, you mentioned it, as there's a called third strike for Willie Castro, and that's 5 Ks for Dr. Sticks. 1 down in the third.
Well, this one he just locked him up. He's looking fastball. He just gets the curveball on the outside edge. Beautiful pitch.
Nick Gordon is down. Trevor Larnach is down. Joey Gallo just went on the injured list. Alberto Celestino, another outfielder, he's on the injured list.
My apologies to D. I meant Nick Gordon. Got the Gordons confused. My apologies.
It's all right, George.
The 0-1 to Kyle Garlick. He gets into one, center field, but not deep enough. Miles Straw backpedaling shy of the warning track for out number 2. FanDuel same game parlay. Let's see, the pick today is the Guardians plus a 1.5. Tristan over the strikeout total of 5.5, and
he may have that
They won't
at the end of this inning.
Yeah, they won't change that one on us mid-game, will they?
No, sorry. Yeah, it goes up to 10.
Michael Taylor, the 9th man to bat for Minnesota. He has a little history with Tristan McKenzie. He's 2 for 12. Hard hit ball in the hole. And each team with a single first time through the order.
Well, you see what a hitter can do now when he gets a count in his favor. He had a 2-0 count, so you know you're going to eliminate doubt and say, hey, I'm going to get a fastball. I'm hitting 9th, and he sure did. And he did what you're supposed to do. Hit it hard, found a hole, got the first hit for the Twins this afternoon.
Back to the top of the order, Jorge Polanco.
Taylor will steal. He has 6 bags.
He
There
goes. First movement. Gallagher's throw, not in time. 7th steal now for Taylor.
You know, when you got your leadoff man aboard and the 9th man gets on, why not take a chance? And he had a pretty good jump. Not a whole lot Gallagher could do there.
Gives Polanco an opportunity.
Another nice breaking ball. 2 in a row. Beautiful.
Now the 1-2. Up and away with a heater. Swung out and missed. Hey, struck him out with a nasty breaking ball to end the inning. 6 Ks for Tristan McKenzie. No score through 3. We're back with you on Tuesday when the Guardians return home to take on the Boston Red Sox. Tomorrow's an off day. Guardians Live, presented by your Northern Ohio GMC dealer, starts our coverage at 6:30 p.m. Tuesday night when the Red Sox come to town. Alan Jensen will get you ready for that one. Stephen Kwan leads off the 4th inning, fouled out his first time up. High pop on the infield, the shortstop Farmer. 1 down. Hyundai in the driver's seat. The big reason the Minnesota Twins are in first place is their pitching, and their starting pitching in particular.
Yeah, they've been outstanding. That has been their issue the last few years. They haven't had good starters, but they certainly do now.
Well, with Joe Ryan and Sonny Gray, they've got a really good 1-2 punch.
Yes, indeed.
Tyler Freeman drives one to right field, right at Max Kepler, who makes the catch for out number 2. Rick, first time through the order, now going through the second time. You're not seeing anything from Joe Ryan that you didn't anticipate. So what are you talking about in the dugout right now if you're Cleveland?
Well, you're going to get a pitch to hit. Maybe that's why they're going to get aggressive the second time through. I know he's been around the strike zone so much. If you have a, an 8-pitch inning, you may have to, but to get to that fastball early. With Ramirez, he'll change speeds. He'll throw the curveball or the changeup or, something like that. But if you're, most of these guys are going to get fastballs to hit. I wouldn't change anything. There's another off-speed pitch. But, it showed 60-some% of the time he was going with his fastball, so you might as well stay with it and cut the plate in half. And I would look primarily away.
Well, I mean, he's still over 80% strikes.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to take any. And I mean, if he's throwing the off-speed pitch his first pitch for strikes, then tip your cap to him. See, that's just a show fastball there to see if Jose wanted to swing at it. It was up and away, and if he was going to do anything with it, he would have had to fly it to left field.
Bouncing ball to Polanco, and the Guardians go 1-2-3. Royce Lewis, Donovan Solano, Max Kepler due for the Twins. Tristan McKenzie making his season debut. And through the first 3 innings, he's allowed 1 hit, has struck out 6. And like his counterpart Joe Ryan, he has been on the attack. Big swing and a miss by Royce Lewis, who struck out his first time up. Bullseye with a fastball, 2-2. I know Andre said at the outset that McKenzie was pretty much full go, 90 to 95 pitches. The 2-2. I think what's going to be interesting, especially second time through the order, with the adrenaline surge and you're amped up, you're ready to, if he tires out maybe a little quicker than anticipated.
Well, you said it's hot out there today, his first start back. We'll see.
I'll tell you what, you can't look any better than he has looked here today. That's 7 strikeouts now for McKenzie. Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Cal Quantrill has an impingement in the right shoulder. He's on the injured list. Peyton Battenfield was moved to the 60-day IL. Michael Kelly, who came up briefly, was sent back to AAA, and Zach Plesac, to make room on the roster for everything that happened today, was designated for assignment. Disappointing. I mean, Zach, he came up with that much celebrated draft class,
right.
And had an immediate impact in the starting rotation. But boy, when it went quickly for him this year.
The long ball has just been an issue, whether it be here or in AAA, and they're hoping maybe they can get him through and they can get him back, but maybe another.
I think what he needs is a new environment.
Yes.
Yeah, he needs to start over again, I think. We'll see. What is it? The 10 days or something before to see if he's cleared, or somebody can pick him up, but we'll see.
I agree with you, though. I think maybe new uniform, new setting, they help him right now.
McKenzie behind in the count, 3-1 pitch, and Solano fouls it back.
He hasn't been behind in the count much. The only other time that I remember was Taylor 2-0 and got the base hit. Other than that, he's been ahead of the hitters, which is a good way to pitch.
Solano got up to that high fastball, but not much he could do with it.
Well, you see all the hitters, if they foul one off, they'll look back at the umpire and ask him, was that a strike? Just to make sure.
The 3-2. Back out of play. And this is something that Twins hitters have not been able to do much of, and that's keep at-bats alive. He's just been so overpowering. And Joe Ryan has been much of the same for Minnesota, save the one at-bat, I think, where Ramirez had 8-9 pitches.
Right, that's what you want. I mean, he's getting strikeouts, but, they're not doing that, fouling off a lot of pitches to make him work and work and work and where, get that pitch count up there so they could get him out. This is how the Twins team is. They're a swing and miss team. They play for that long ball.
Just missed with the fastball, and that's the first walk issued by McKenzie. Second base runner of the game for the Twins. A word now from Northern Ohio GMC.
Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on 2023 Terrain models.
Max Kepler wanted to, but he checked and it was just high. 0-1. So a theme starting to develop here last few batters. Tristan unable to get ahead early in the count. But he comes back and pulls the string on a beautiful curveball.
Yeah, that's the one thing there he can do now. Get behind in the count. He doesn't have to throw the fastball for strikes, especially when you got a tough hitter up. You can drop that curveball in.
But the fastball off the plate, 3-1. Bullseye. Really good location. And he runs the count full to 3-2. Solano runs. Kepler pops it up on the infield. Ramirez fighting the sun a little bit, but how he angled himself towards the seating on the third base side. And that's out number 2.
Well, there you'll see Tristan had 60 pitches. He's 37 strikes, 23 balls. And they decided to start Solano. That's 3-2. They figured that Kepler's going to put the ball in play. He certainly did, but it was in the air, so he had to retreat and get the second out.
The home plate umpire needed to wipe his brow.
A little hot for the man wearing catcher's gear.
Good day to wear all black.
Yeah, but they look good.
And a fastball strike to Ryan Jeffers, who was down on strikes his first time up.
This is a guy that's been swinging the bat very well for him.
And he's 6 for his last 13 coming into today. 2 doubles, a homer. Took a big cut and a slow hook.
That's the equalizer there. He had a home run in Houston before coming home. He was clocked off the bat at 117 miles per hour.
We could use a breeze down here. My thermometer is at 103 right now on the field.
Take it out of your ear.
That was a few days ago.
103. I don't see you with your towel on yet.
Next inning, boss.
Gotta go get it wet. That's the old line. It's 100 degrees in the shade. Well, don't sit in the shade.
There is no shade around here.
Not where you're at. You are sun-baked city over there on the third base side. The 1-2. Off the plate. Back out of play. This is the first time in the game where Twins batters have actually made McKenzie work to throw a lot of pitches. And they've done that by not swinging at some balls and fouling a few off.
Yeah, and you notice his velocity is down to about 91 now.
The 2-2. Back out of play. I would just personally I would chalk that up to coming out early, a little extra on it because he's got all that pent up aggression. He couldn't wait to get out here. Now he's just kind of settled in. But you know, to your point earlier, his 91-92, it still gets on.
It plays. It certainly does.
2-2. Wow. He was looking for something else.
Yes, he was. He was looking for the local and got the express.
Right down Hennepin Avenue. 8 strikeouts for Dr. Sticks. 4 one-hit shutout innings. What a matchup today in Minneapolis.
By Valley Sports Great Lakes is now open, and the raffle runs through June 13th. You can visit CLEguardians.com/5050.
Kid was suspended because he kicked his shoes off. No, I'll do that. Illegal. Illegal use of footwear. Josh Naylor out front rolls over on a ground ball to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan does not have a complete game this year, but he's been so efficient that he's in a really good spot. Just 53 pitches now, 54 pitches with 1 out here in the 5th.
He got Naylor right there on a changeup. First pitch changeup got him to roll over on it. He started both him and Jose, Naylor and Jose, off with off-speed pitches. Changeups are getting after him.
Andres Jimenez came into today with 10 hits and 25 at-bats on this road trip. Fastball strike.
I want to send out some get well wishes to Hadley Murphy, who's home watching the ball game. Hadley, hope you're doing fine. Get well soon.
Heal up fast. Get back out there in the yard with the kids. Fouled off to the left. Nothing worse than being laid up in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. She'll be fine.
I guess technically it's not summertime just yet.
Yeah, it is.
Feels like it, though.
No, it's summertime. We take it.
Now the 2-2. Bouncer to first. 2 down. A word now from Spectrum One.
Spectrum One is fast, secure, and reliable. Internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit Spectrum.com for details.
Gabriel Arias struck out his only time up. Swings at the first pitch and pops it out of play.
I said that you're going to give if you start swinging early at off-speed pitches, an 8-pitch inning or something like that. But he's been very efficient all day long hitting the strike zone.
That was a rapid inning. Well, you saw the numbers. Each team with 1 hit. Bottom of the 5th inning. Kyle Farmer will lead off for Minnesota. Their only hit came on a Michael Taylor 2-out single in the 3rd. Triston McKenzie in his season debut has struck out 8 Minnesota batters. And a swing and a foul ball off the first pitch that got a piece of Cam Gallagher. Home plate umpire Will Little will give him a moment to gather himself.
Exactly. That's what the umpires do. They protect them, give them a little extra time when they see it. And that went right off the knee. Ouch. He'll walk out, and on the way back, are you okay? You feeling fine? And they feel for each other back there, boy. That's a tough place to be.
You saw the pitch comm device that he has Velcro to the top of his shin guard, right at, and that ball didn't miss that by much.
I know it.
It might have exploded into 1,000 pieces. That had been a direct hit on that thing.
Yeah, each catcher chooses to where it goes or where they feel comfortable with that device. But you're right, it couldn't have missed by much.
Breaking ball, backhanded by Ramirez. Long throw, and a nice backhanded scoop by Arias for out number 1. Time for a Ken Ganley Kia game break. Back to the studios. Here's Al Pawlowski. Thanks, Al. Curveball strike to Willie Castro, who was rung up his first time to the plate. And a fastball overpowers him. Wow, I mean, that was quick.
Well, his first at bat, he threw him a curveball on the outside edge. He was looking for the fastball. This time he gets the fastball in. He might have been looking for that same curveball. So he's guessing wrong today, but he came right back with a 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Well, he started him off breaking ball and then 2 fastballs. Kyle Garlick fly to center, his only time up. And he takes a high hook. Garlick in his 3rd stint with the big league ball club. He was called up when they put Joey Gallo on the IL yesterday. Guardians have Nick Sandlin up in that bullpen, and that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. They're keeping a close eye on Triston, and this is his first start of the year. But I think he has shown them that he has bounced right back after a lengthy 4th inning, and he is just overpowering here this afternoon. 10 strikeouts for Dr. Sticks. When the game began, it was at 7.5. This game has featured 2 hits, 1 for each team, so that run total update has come all the way down to 3 and a hook. Will Brennan leads off the 6th inning for the Guardians. Well, Joe Ryan with a fastball.
What's
strike.
new? Well, on Friday we had a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking like that now. What a pitching matchup. These 2 guys have been outstanding.
High pop. Shortstop Farmer. 1 down. A word now from Ford.
Did you know? Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks for 46 years in a row. See our Northeast Ohio Ford dealer today.
Andre reporting that Carl Willis went over and talked to Tristan McKenzie. It would appear that his day is over. It's unfortunate because he's been so good. I want to see him continue to pitch.
I know, patience. Well, maybe they can get him a run where at least he'll have a chance to get a win if he is out of the ball game.
10 strikeouts for McKenzie in 5 innings.
Dealing.
Another pop-up. Two down. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pop-ups to infielders. Oh, 6. Great sign, though, for the Guardians and Tristan McKenzie. James Karinchak now up in the Guardians bullpen as Cam Gallagher bats with 2 outs in this 6th inning. Guardians' only hit came in the 3rd, and that was an infield single by Will Brennan. And then he was erased on a strike him out, throw him out double play, trying to steal. So Joe Ryan has faced the minimum so far here today. Grounder to 3rd. Castro throws him out. Joe Ryan to 71 pitches through 6 shutout innings. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight. Erie Bank, experience better banking. And Spectrum One, visit spectrum.com for details. No shortage of food options here at Target Field. You can go bobbing for donuts.
He makes Mitch, Murph does, so he just, lives at the ballpark right there on the ferry. He loves it.
Yeah, the Minnesota State Fair is coming up
end of August,
yeah,
or early September.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I think when they're coming to Cleveland, when they come to Cleveland in September.
Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen in the bottom of the 6th inning. James Karinchak, 29th appearance on the year. He's got a tough act to follow. Tristan McKenzie in his season debut, 5 innings, 1 hit, shutout ball, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and just 79 pitches. Michael Taylor will lead it off.
So, Art, you work on county fairs and full moons on your off day, huh?
State
Teresa told me, the state fairs. I only work state only, the governor.
A base hit by Michael Taylor on the first pitch of the inning. And he is 2 for 2.
You know he's going to be running soon, and with Karinchak, he's going to have to throw over early.
Yeah, he'll say he stole on the first pitch after he got on against Tristan.
Jorge Polanco 0 for 2. Evidently, Karinchak couldn't hear initially. And the pitch comm device, but he told home plate umpire Will Little it seems to be working now.
Now it works.
Maybe he didn't have the volume turned up.
Maybe he didn't have it turned on.
Taylor, big lead. He's not leaning, though. Last time up, when he got to first base, he took that big lead, and he had a little bit of a body lean, and he just took off.
Well, you know, the Minnesota not a team that steals a lot of bases. That was only their 27th. But there's a situation they know they can run on some of the bullpen guys here.
He's leaning now. He's running.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time.
Gallagher could throw, but it's not in time. He just outran it.
Yeah. And, you know, that's... You can't rush, and that's all Gallagher could do. You can't rush it or the ball will sail on you. He came up, he made a good throw. He didn't overthrow, but look at the jump he had. He goes in, and not much you could do. You steal it off the pitcher.
Pitch was a strike. So it's 0-1 on Polanco. But now he's just trying to get him over to third. Lays off the curveball, 1-1. This one fouled back. Down 1-2.
Well, it's a good pitch for him to try and roll over on it, and that's exactly what he tried to do, to get it on the ground to the right side, but fouled it back.
See if he can one run up the ladder and get a strikeout here. Maybe a pop up on the infield. That's the idea, and that's the execution, except it wasn't the fastball. It looked like maybe just a high curveball.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I mean, he wanted to, you know, he sees an eye high, and he just wanted to turn on it, pulls his head, and takes a huge swing instead of putting it in play. It comes up empty, so that's a good out, first out. Doesn't advance the runner. Look at him.
So now Royce Lewis 0 for 2.
And you see where Jimenez is playing. That's right. He's right near the base, so Taylor cannot get a walking lead to try and go to third. They got to keep him as close as possible. So that opens up the right side for Lewis, but that's what you have to do. Stop him from running.
That curveball finds the top of the strike zone. 1-1. Lewis, big rip at a fastball, and it's 1-2. Royce Lewis fits right into this this attack, the way they swing for the fences, because he does not get cheated.
Not even close.
No. It's funny you say that, Matt, because I look at Michael Wade Taylor. He's got 7 home runs already. What happened here at the plate?
Timeout. Usually they've been doing that all series with 2 strikes.
But Taylor never seemed like a home run hitter to me. He comes here, he's already got 7 home runs.
Well, he was playing in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true.
Big difference.
Oh yeah, ring him up. Curveball, and he was absolutely frozen on a hot day in Minneapolis.
Well, this is one that really had good bite to it. Stayed on the outside edge, and it stayed right there and just came down into the strike zone. Beautiful pitch. Now back-to-back strikeouts. One more to go.
Donovan Solano drew a walk in the 4th, struck out his first time up.
Right now, Karinchak should be worried about getting the hitter. Don't let that guy at second worry you or bother you. It's already one disengagement.
Good pass at the fastball, but another foul back. Taylor dancing out there, had a huge lead. Batters have come to the plate today for Minnesota. Only 7 have put the ball in play. Ooh, a foul back. Ground ball right to Jimenez. He'll throw him out. Another goose egg for the Cleveland pitching staff. No runs ahead, 1 left. We go to the 7th, no score.
For their only visit to Cleveland starting on Tuesday. They'll be there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can pick up a $15 district ticket presented by Miller Lite and be at the ballpark. Visit CLEGuardians.com for more information. Curtis tells us that we should have some pretty good crowds for the next homestand between Boston and Houston.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed.
Stephen Kwan leading off for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 2, has popped up twice.
Yeah, this guy has faced the minimum.
There is a left-hander up in the Minnesota bullpen.
Let me guess. Thielbar. That'd be my guess. They just activated him, and it seems like anytime we play him, he's got to come into a game.
And, you know, like Tito, I'm sure part of the thinking for Rocco Baldelli is 3rd time through the order. It's not the pitch count. Both guys have been pretty efficient. Ryan even more so than Tristan was. Bouncing ball 3rd base side. Castro got rid of it quickly this time and throws him out. 1 down. Great clips. It's got to be great, and it has been great for Joe Ryan, the Twins right-hander.
Yeah, he's been great this afternoon, moving that fastball around, mixing it up nicely with his changeup and a little split. And I tell you, this is 4th. He's started 4 games at home this year, and he's won them all. And this is start number 5, and there's no score, but he has been terrific.
Oh, man, slowed down the curveball. That's a beauty for a strike.
Yeah, anytime you can throw that for a strike on the first pitch, hitter rarely will swing at that.
If he finishes this inning, he'll move into 7th place in the American League in innings pitched. So add that to one of the top 10 categories that his name appears in. Just off the outside corner. Ground ball up the middle. Cut off by Farmer. But his throw is, yes, just in time. Thought Freeman might have a chance to beat it out.
If he was a left-handed hitter, he would have beat it out. He's from the right side of the plate, and they just do get him. He might have been on his way down to the bag of that foot by the time Farmer gets it over to first. Yeah, awfully close.
And with 2 downers, Jose Ramirez. The Twins have locked up Ramirez. He's just 1 for 15 in the series. One for 15 or not, Joe Ryan is being very cautious.
Well,
he doesn't want to
got
spoil
that circle
a good
around.
day of work.
Yeah,
with one bad pitch here.
Can't blame him.
Challenged him with a fastball.
He got it inside on him too, 91 miles an hour.
Full count. Here's the payoff. Ooh. That was really good placement by Ryan. If that ball is more towards the middle of the plate, Jose might have spoiled his day.
His longest inning was the first inning, 18 pitches. And it was because of Jose falling off. What was it, 8 or 9 pitches? And he going to be a little careful and walks him. First walk in a day.
2-out walk brings up Josh Naylor. Only the second base runner Cleveland has had in the game. This kills me. You know, I mean, this guy has been overpowering, dominant, in command, whatever adjective you want to use, and he gives up a 2-out walk to the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. And you feel like you got to go talk to him?
No, I think this is the only thing I'm thinking is that you're going to slow him down, give up. This is probably his last inning. So he's just going to give him that little extra time or rest to face Naylor. What are you going to tell the guy? He's been brilliant.
Right, that's it.
What they may be doing is messing with his rhythm, too.
What they're doing for him, March, is they're letting that cloud get over the sun so he can pitch without the sun on him for a minute. Feels good, trust me. But Arch, if you're Naylor, you said he started him last time with the changeup.
All right.
So do you take the first pitch to see where he's
No,
going?
you don't take it if you're gonna look fastball. That's different.
Okay.
You know, his changeup. I mean, I don't think you're gonna sit on his changeup and try and hit it on the first pitch. He's going to try and find something where he can find a gap or hit it hard on the line, and I would think that would be a fastball early. We'll see how he starts him out again.
Change up and away.
You have to be ready for his fastball. He's primarily a fastball pitcher, and don't let him beat you with that pitch. He's going to get you, you know, then you can go after that off-speed pitch when you have 2 strikes.
There it is. High fly ball, right field. Back is Kepler. He's out of room. It's off the wall, and it skips by him. Ramirez will score the game's first run, and Josh Naylor delivers with a 2-out RBI double. That's RBI number 41 for Nails.
How'd that conversation go now? He comes out and made a mistake with an off-speed pitch, and I thought it was into the seats, but I don't know if it went off the facing over there in right field, or was this a fastball?
I don't think it was a heater.
No,
89.
89.
Yeah.
Almost like a little cut fastball,
yeah, doesn't throw a cutter?
No, I'm just saying.
Or he overthrew a changeup.
Yeah.
No, that changeup's slower than that. That had to be a fastball.
That missed by about 2 feet, maybe, of going out of here.
Hit off the limestone cutout, and Josh Naylor delivers for the Guardians, spoiling a fantastic day of work for Joe Ryan. He's headed to the showers. We'll be right back. Missed hitting a home run. It goes for an RBI double, but look how close this came to getting out of here.
That came back with it. It had to be a fastball inside, and it just barely missed getting out.
Oh, I mean,
man.
right on the top of the limestone cutout.
Yeah, that could have been in the garden. That kid didn't miss, but by an inch. But he got the run home. It's a 1-0 ball game. It's only the second hit allowed by Ryan, but he'll leave trailing.
Andres Jimenez 0 for 2. Isn't that something, too? A guy goes out and has a game like that. He walks one guy, and that guy scores.
2-out walk.
2-out walk. I mean, we've said it a million times. We've
still
seen
amazed.
it a million times.
I'm still amazed they went out and had to talk to him. And then that happened 2 pitches later.
Sometimes overthink things. Caleb Thielbar just activated off the injured list.
Yeah, he missed the last 29 games with a right oblique strain. But I knew he had to come into the game today.
After falling behind, he pumps the fastball in there. And he got one by him. 2-2. Jimenez sends a long fly ball deep right center field. Back it goes and off the top of the wall. Naylor will score. Jimenez on his way to third with a 2-out RBI triple. And it's now 2-0 Guardians. So both Naylor and Jimenez just miss hitting home runs, but they both have RBI extra base hits in the inning.
Boy, Jimenez again with left-handers, he's hit him better. He gets a fastball right down Hennepin and hits this one in off the wall in right center, and he's not going to be happy with 2. He wants to go to third, and he gets his second triple. But a nice insurance run there. Again with 2 outs. We showed you that the 2-out scoring on this trip has been much better.
That snapped a stretch where the Guardians in the last 2 games were 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position. Boy, is that a nice one to get.
I want to send along happy birthday wishes to Lou Marzulli, one of our men with United that helps us out throughout the course of the year, turning 48. Happy birthday, Lou.
2-1 pitch. I thought you said Lee Mazzilli at first.
Me too.
Wait a minute, huh?
I was like,
We're not in New York. We're not in New York.
Lee Mazzilli's helping with the bags? My almighty have fallen.
You know, Chris Valleca spoke before the game, and he said, you guys killed me. Jimenez and Naylor, he's hoping is going to get Jose Ramirez going.
Ground ball to third. Castro up with it. That will retire the side, but some 2-out lightning in the 7th inning. A 2-out walk to Jose Ramirez. Josh Naylor bangs one off the top of the wall in right. And then Andres Jimenez high off the wall in right center. And it's 2-0 Guardians. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. Check out their award-winning lineup at your local Chevy dealer. Union Home Mortgage, promises kept. SumaCare, build your own medical advantage plan with SumaCare. Call or go online today. And Medical Mutual, the official health insurer of everything you love. Some beautiful sights from downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. And back here to Target Field, where Trevor Stephan comes on to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. 27th appearance on the year. He'll have the middle of the order due up for the Twins. Tristan McKenzie started today 5 one-hit shutout innings with 10 strikeouts in his season debut. James Karinchak pitched a scoreless 6th, and now Stephan to pitch the 7th. Max Kepler 0 for 2. You mentioned the Guardians are going home and will take on the Boston Red Sox. And then on the back end of that week-long homestand, the Houston Astros will come to town. And Houston has been staring up at their in-state counterparts for quite a while now in the American League West, as Kepler is down on strikes. The Texas Rangers, 37-20. Lead the American League West, and that's just a couple of games back of where Tampa Bay is in their historic start to the season. But the Rangers, their run differential of plus 143 is the 5th best since 1920 after 57 games. And the only teams ahead of them, the 4 teams that had a better run differential, all won the World Series, including the Murderers Row 1927 New York Yankees and the 1929 Philadelphia A's led by Double X Jimmy Fox. I mean, they're in some elite company.
Well, and they scored 16 last night against Seattle, and I think it's the 15th time, if not more than that, they've been in double.
And they've already scored a touchdown today. They're up 7-0 against Seattle right now.
Yeah, they have.
Well, what's changed for them other than the manager? Getting one of the best
well, that
managers of all
certainly
time?
helps, but their offense has been outstanding.
You know what, Andre? I don't know if this makes total sense, but their pitching's better. And maybe that offense is just not feeling the burden of, hey, we got to score 10. Right. If you don't have to score 10,
how many
you
leads they had last year that were given back because of their bullpen?
Their bullpen still isn't great, but
no,
they're starting pitching.
But I mean, they have some starters that can take them deep, and they won't be as bad because they won't have as many innings. They didn't have the starters last year.
I saw their third baseman has got like 60 or 65 runs scored.
Yeah, that kid's playing. And the catcher,
well.
They're hitting with runners in scoring position. Hine behind the plate can do it. And you got
the outfielders, Garcia.
Yes, they've got a really good team. Seager at short, he's back and healthy.
Blew him away. Trevor Stephan overpowering here in the 7th inning. He's got a couple of Ks. 14 on the day for Cleveland pitchers. Of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. We are now moving to the 8th inning. Guardians lead it 2-0. Third pitcher of the game for Minnesota is Jose De Leon. He's pitching in the Twins bullpen. This is his 7th appearance on the year. De Leon, a native of Puerto Rico. Came up with the Dodgers in 2016. He's also pitched with the Rays and the Reds.
Yeah, that's where they've faced him before. This is only his third appearance against the Guardians.
Our producer Jim Murphy pointed out, though, that the totality of his 6 years in the big leagues have consisted of 29 games. And the first 4 were starts. He was a starter with the Dodgers coming up. So he's a guy who is, he's stuck around a long time for not having pitched a lot of games in the big leagues. And you're thinking, well, he must be left-handed. Well, he's not. Will Brennan takes, it's off the plate.
Yeah, he has a good four-seam fastball, changeup, slider.
But that has been a bugaboo for him throughout his time as a reliever. You look back to the 6 games he pitched with Cincinnati. He issued 11 walks in 6 innings of work.
That's not going to endear you to your manager coming out. You're already down 2, and you're going to walk the leadoff man going to the bottom part of the lineup.
Miles Straw got a fastball, but it was in off the plate. He got after it, though. Yeah, De Leon in his 2 years with the Reds pitched 24 innings, walked 22 batters, and gave up 28 hits for a total of 29 earned runs. But Minnesota still felt like there's something to work with there, so they're giving him a shot, and that's a really good breaking ball to strike out Miles Straw.
Yeah, he throws him on the slider. Good pitch.
So 1 on 1 out for Cam Gallagher, 0 for 2 today. Slider gets a hit for strike 1. And the 0-2 pulled to third. Castro goes to second for 1. And an inning-ending double play. We go to the last half of the 8th. 2-0 Cleveland. Check out our Spectrum mobile replay.
Dr. Sticks coming back. He was outstanding this afternoon. Mixing that high fastball up with his curveball. Only walked 1, struck out 10, 2 in every inning that he pitched. And I mean, just dominant. It was great to see him back, and boy, everybody's happy to have him back after the way he pitched today, huh?
Well, he's been around.
Right.
But as he told Andre before the game, it's different when you're not physically a part of it.
Well, he's going to feel really good tonight when this is over, and hopefully they can get 2 more zeros on the board.
Angel De Los Santos takes over here in the 8th. That ball's crushed up the alley and gone. Willie Castro with a leadoff homer here in the 8th, and it's a 1-run game.
Boy, that one got out of here in a hurry. He was locked up the last 2 times he was at the plate. He was called out, 1 on a breaking ball for strike 3, 1 on a fastball. But guess what? down and in. He didn't miss this heater. He got after it and hit it out of here, and they're on the board with one swing of the bat.
And now Kyle Garlick 0 for 2. He's swinging for the downs, but he got a breaking ball and swung through it. '97 on the outside corner, a perfect pitch, and it's 2-2. Here's the payoff pitch. And a bouncing ball to short. Freeman throws him out. One away.
Well, Friday, June 9th, it'll be Dollar Dog Night at the ballpark, and also $2 pregame in the district presented by Miller Lite. 12,500 fans will also receive a free shirt courtesy of Phantom Fireworks, and you can stay after the game for a fireworks show.
Left field, down the line, and it short hops the wall, goes over for a ground rule double. So Michael Taylor's having himself quite a day. He is 3 for 3, 2 singles, 2 stolen bases, and now a double, and the tying run is in scoring position.
He got a slider and pulled it down the line. It gets on that track and bounces into the seats. That's his 6th double of the year. But he left it on the inside part of the plate, middle in. That enabled him to turn on that ball and pull it down the line, and they don't play him as a pull hitter. Gets him right above our cameraman out there.
Back to the top of the order, Jorge Polanco. He pounds one to second base. That'll get the runner over to third, but now there are 2 down.
He needed that one in his last at bat. There was nobody out. He couldn't do it. He struck out.
Bullpen getting busy in a hurry. Left-hander Sam Hentges and righty Nick Sandlin both up and firing for Cleveland. Royce Lewis 0 for 3. Has struck out all 3 times today. A fair ball to third. Ramirez long throw, and Arias with a good stretch, and oh my goodness, I hope Lewis is okay. Oh man, did he land in a heap just past the bag. Everything converged at the same moment. The ball, Lewis, and first baseman Gabriel Arias, who was trying to maintain his foot with the bag. And it was a frightening collision.
Boy, oh boy. He went head over heels. This throw, I mean, it was a short hop, so Arias was going to have to stay on the bag. He does, and here he comes, head over heels, and oh my goodness. That's scary looking. He couldn't get out of the way. He couldn't stop, and that head stayed up. And oh my goodness gracious!
He's sitting up, which is at least a good sign. But oh baby. Guardians are leaving the field. They believe that he's okay. And he's going to get up and walk off under his own power, which is a great sign. Whew. So after 8 innings of play, it's Cleveland 2, Minnesota 1. Outs. It was a walk to Jose Ramirez, and then Josh Naylor came within an inch or two of hitting a home run. It went for an RBI double, and it was 1-0 Cleveland. The very next man up, Andres Gimenez, he almost hit one out. It high off the wall, and he wound up with an RBI triple. And it was 2-0. Minnesota's only run came on the home run by Willie Castro in the 8th. And now we start the 9th. Stephen Kwan leading it off. Griffin Jacks, right-hander, is now the 4th pitcher of the game for Minnesota. The game is crazy sometimes. Joe Ryan, the starter for Minnesota, through 6 innings, had faced the minimum number of batters. He retired the first 2 in the 7th on ground balls. It just seemed like more of the same. He was being careful with Ramirez in a scoreless game. He didn't want to make one mistake once he fell behind and give up a home run, so he walked him. At the time, you're thinking, well, no big deal. That's just smart pitching. But then the pitching coach made the curious decision, in my opinion, to go out there and talk to a guy who had utterly dominated the Guardians lineup to the tune of 1 hit. Okay, he walked Ramirez with 2 outs. After the lengthy conversation, he goes back and Josh Naylor says, bang, off the top of the limestone facade. Just missed with that home run as Kwan strikes out.
Yeah, the curious thing on that the ball that Naylor hit, we thought it was a fastball, but at 89.
Yes, so,
you know, because he was throwing about 92 all day long. So I don't know. He tugged one in there and it was the wrong spot.
Tyler Freeman 0 for 3 today. Again, it was good to see Royce Lewis walk off under his own power. He's the DH. So, not sure if we'll have any kind of an update or report. I assume he went right absolutely to the clubhouse to get checked out. Emmanuel Clase up in the Cleveland bullpen. Center field. Taylor going back. Puts it away. 2 down. Stay tuned for Guardians Live, presented by Toyota. That's coming up next. Now Pulaski, Jensen Lewis in our downtown Cleveland studios. We'll recap this one. A tremendous pitcher's duel for 6 innings. And a 2-1 lead for the Guardians here in the 9th. A pop up to the second baseman Polanco, and a 1-2-3 9th for Cleveland. They've got a 1-run lead. Bring on Clase. Yesterday, Emmanuel Clase came on in the 9th inning. Struck out Ryan Jeffers. Struck out Willie Castro. Back-to-back, and then got a ground out to end the ball game. And for Emmanuel Clase, that's his league-leading 18th save of the year. And today, marks his league-leading 30th game of the season that he has pitched in. So, Rick, he's pitched in every other game.
Yeah.
He's pitched in half
crazy,
their games so
it?
far. And a first pitch strike to Donovan Solano, who was 0 for 2 with a walk. Max Kepler and Ryan Jeffers to follow. Swung out and missed at that nasty slider where the bottom just falls out of it after he's showing you 99 miles an hour with that cut fastball. And the 1-2 to Solano. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a cutter. It was in the other batter's box at 98 miles an hour.
It's a 15th punch out by Twins hitters today, and that one never started out as a strike, and it just took off and got worse. But you get the swing and miss.
Max Kepler 0 for 3. Swings at a slider down and in. Little outside. Cam Gallagher didn't like the call. Clase's not all that crazy about it either. Bouncer to Jimenez. 2 away. Not out of the woods yet. Ryan Jeffers to the plate. He's 0 for 3. That's a guy that rarely gets cheated. Two and 0. Three balls, no strikes. That he missed on 4 straight. For Clase, that's only the 6th walk that he has issued. And this is 30th game of the year. But it brings up Kyle Farmer. Who is 0 for 3.
You know, and he comes back, and Farmer was going to make him get into the strike zone, and he did with a really good pitch.
Line drive, base hit, center field, tying run to third. Castro coming to the plate.
There's a good fastball down there that Farmer goes and hits it into right center field. He was just trying to be short and quick to it, which he was. Well, they'll go first and third now with 2 outs, and it'll give Castro one more opportunity.
Castro homered his last time up to get Minnesota on the board, and now Cam Gallagher wants to talk it over face-to-face before this crucial at-bat. And Will Brenner sprints over from right field to take instruction from Miles Straw, who he helps set the outfield in these situations, especially for Brennan.
Well, you don't expect them to pull him, that's for sure. And it looks like that's where they're playing him, is to pull him right.
Castro swinging and a miss. Down low, 1-1. 23,629 turning out for the series finale. And these two teams seem to play them right down to the bitter end every time they match up. And the Twins are now down to their last strike. Minnesota won on Thursday night by 1 run. They followed it up Friday night with a 1-run victory. Cleveland won by 2 last night. Now the 1-2 pitch just off the plate. Tied run at third, winning run at first. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Bucket. The Guardians split the series as Emmanuel Clase hangs on for his league-leading 19th save of the year. And the final score is Cleveland 2, Minnesota 1. Guardians will head back to Cleveland, 27-32 on the year. And they have won 4 out of the first 7 meetings head-to-head with Minnesota now on the year. Twins are 31-29, and again, these two teams won't meet again until late in August, when they'll square off twice in the span of 10 days.
28th, 29th, and the 30th. So, but hey, that was a nice comeback to win the last 2 games. And you know, they leave right where they started when they walked into this place, but at least they stopped the momentum. They'll have a nice off day, and boy, was it nice to see Tristan McKenzie back on the mound.
It was.
It was great to see him back, and that's got to give him a jolt of energy. And you just can't say enough. It was a heck of a game today.
Well, I mean, you coughed one up Thursday where you had the lead late,
right?
And then you come back and lose 1-0 on Friday, and all of a sudden this had the feeling of slipping away really fast. But they right the ship and did a great job on both sides of the ball in doing so. So that wraps things up for us. We'll be back with you Tuesday night, back in Cleveland when the Red Sox come to town for a 3-game series. Stay tuned now for Guardians Live with Al and Jensen coming up next.